Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Lauren and this is the Budget Girl channel. Hi guys, I have been MIA for quite some time. A lot has happened in the past couple of months. I have not been recording and I realized that I also lost a few subscribers. So if you are one of those, please resubscribe. I am back, join the family. We're on the road to 50k. I have a plan for my 5-year financial goal and I'm so eager to share this with you guys. This is my new setup, and in this video I will be going through my financial workbook, where I am headed, where I am now, and the next videos will be my budget with me's and my cash stuffing. So if you are interested in these type of videos, like I said, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. I would love to hear your feedback in the comment section down below. Okay, so where do I begin? This is a budget by Paycheck Mom workbook. Unfortunately, I did not get the smaller size because she has been sold out from that size last year, and I recently got the original size. A lot has changed. This is not my first time utilizing the budget by Paycheck Mom workbook. I have been utilizing this book for the past couple of 3 years. From the time I started budgeting, I've been in and out of using this book. Okay, so this is the budget by Paycheck Mom workbook, and in this book it is a very comprehensive tool in terms of not just creating a budget but tracking your expenses. See where it shows you where you overspend in areas you probably need to do better, that sort of thing. And this is why I like the budget by Paycheck Mom workbook. I have an older version of her book in my old video, so if you want to check this out you can. So this is the front page of the budget by Paycheck workbook. This is the newer version from last year, like I said. So when you open this book, you have your personal page. This book is also undated. Last year's model, well, not last year but year before, I don't think it was undated. I think it came with the months already on there, which is why I like this version. You get to start at any month. So the first page of this book, and excuse my nails, I have to get my nails done but not yet. I really wanted to come on here to do this video, to do a walkthrough. So I am going to be starting from the month of May. This is why you see May at the top. So the first page is just about your personal information. If you want to put your contact information, you can, and who the workbook belongs to. My name is Lauren, and a little backstory. I am a 29-year-old cash stuffer or budgeter, however you want to put it. I recently, well, not recently, but a few months ago, moved out of my parents' home. I am currently renting by myself, well, not really by myself, but with my little sister, and basically trying to find my footing on my own. It has been a very interesting experience, both highs and lows. And I say interesting because the money that I have saved up for the past couple of years, the 3 years I've been budgeting, they're all gone because I moved in. I was trying to find my ground. I had to buy furniture and do stuff. So this is why I am back, and I want to keep myself accountable moving forward. And yeah, this is just, I have so much to see, but we will unpack as we go by. Okay, so this book, let me see if I can just pull this down just a tad bit so you guys can see. So when you turn the page, you have the budget by Paycheck Mom instruction sheet. Before, she had a couple of sheets in the book, but now she has a QR code where you can scan to really get the information about how to utilize this book. Now, if you are new to purchasing this book, I would suggest to go ahead, follow her on YouTube. She does have a YouTube channel also to thoroughly read this so you could understand the purpose of each sheet and how to use the budget by paycheck mom sheet. I have done so many times, so I have created this into my lifestyle. I have tweaked it a bit to suit my current lifestyle and how I am going to be utilizing it. You guys will be seeing that later on in this video. So the next page is finding your why. I almost said finding your worksheet. Finding your why. This is a very personal page, but I will just briefly go through my why. So basically my why is gaining financial peace, and for me that is to be able to spend freely and intentionally without feeling guilty. To further explain this, because it breaks it down, it asks you your why and then it asks you to further break down your why. So it is also to provide for myself, family, and future self the anticipation of waiting for my next paycheck. I want that to stop, basically, in terms of me building a reservoir where in between paychecks where I know I have cash, so I don't have to be watching the calendar to wait for my next paycheck to buy my wants and needs. So basically that is why I am on this strict 5-year financial goal plan. It's very strict. It's like a diet. It's like a pandemic up in here, and you guys are going to see what I mean by that. So you want to take your time to ask yourself these questions. It's like I said, it's personal. It asks you, does your why evoke emotion? Yes, mine does. Does your why affect people around you? Yes, it does. It's my family, myself, my future self, if I have a family in the future. Is your why visual? Can you see your why? I can really see it. I could almost taste it, in fact. So that is why I'm so excited to share my 5-year financial journey with you guys. And is your why specific and clear? Mine is very clear, very straight to the point. So this page is to really reflect on your now and where you want to see yourself maybe in the next 10 to 15 or 5 years. Okay, so why is this? Like I said, this book is the large one, so it's kind of hard for me to show you guys everything. Okay, so the next page is your financial plan worksheet. On this page you have your short-term goal, which covers a year, your medium-term goal, which covers 5 years, and then you have your long-term goal, which covers 10 to 15 years. For me, I am not really focused on my 10-year goal. As you could see, I am more focused on my short-term and my 5-year goal, because this is what I want to focus on right now, and these are my main financial goals. Now, I have 8 sinking funds, and these sinking funds are my main priority. As you can see, there are no debt payments in there. I know people use or utilize this book for debt, which is great. You do what works for you, but for me and the way I am thinking right now, if I have to lose my job today, my debt will stay. I do not know how I will pay it, because I have no reservoir or sinking funds available to pay off that debt if push come to shove. And this is why I came up with this 5-year goal, to focus on these main sinking funds. So I have my cash buffer, my emergency fund, my parents' emergency fund, future car, personal savings, vacation, month ahead visa. And I'm going to briefly break these down. So the first table is my first year, and these are my goal for my first year. So my cash buffer is 500. At the ending of the year, I supposed to end with, sorry, not 5,000, 500. At the ending of the year, 1,000 for emergency, my parents' emergency. I take care of my mom. My mom is currently turning 60 this year. She is currently unemployed. She has no financial literacy whatsoever. I come from a family who lack financial literacy. This is why it is important for me to learn and to save for myself, have my cup overflow so that I could then help my family in return. So this is why I have a parent emergency fund. My father is no longer with me, but my mom is, and she has her aunt as well. So I want to save up enough within the next 5 years so that I could turn back and assist where I can. Like I said, my mom is unemployed, and most of those other sinking funds are for my future self. I do want to own a vehicle, but I do want to pay it in cash fully. For me, a vehicle is like a liability. I do not have kids right now. I don't see the need of me rushing to get a vehicle. So I'm going to take my time to see how much I can save in within the next 5 years to attain a vehicle. Might not be my dream vehicle, but it's a start. Vacation, month ahead, and visa. Now, looking down into my 5-year mark for these sinking funds, the only one that is short term in there is visa. So I do want to get my visa in the next 2 years, which is next year for myself and my mom, and the total estimated cost is $5,000. So the rest is my 5-year goal. As you could see, when I total or tally all of this will give me $50,000. I want to have $50,000 in all my, well, not all together combined, all my sinking funds combined, because right now my debt, I only have 2 debt. It's not that serious. I have my school loan and my building loan. Both of them is relatively at $15,000, which makes my total debt at $30,000. My savings or sinking funds is at right now $3,000. It is not near my debt ratio, so that is why I want to focus on cash stuffing as much as I can in my savings if push come to shove, because life is so uncertain. You could never know when you're in and out of a job. So I really want to take this time out to stuff those sinking funds while paying off my debt monthly. My debt is being paid monthly as a fixed bill. We will get into that, and we're at 12 and we are at 12 minutes in this video. So the next page is my subscription page. These are all my subscriptions, and this is just to give you a visualization of all your subscription. If you have an annual subscription, this is practically the best thing ever. So you get to see when your subscription or memberships are being drafted. I myself do not have annual bills. I only have a few subscriptions, and that's from Simple Shops. My sticker subscription, I cannot wait to get my sticker subscription. So I have a sticker subscription for this book. Once I have gotten it, I will come on here and do an unboxing. We will put it all together. And then there's my Apple subscriptions. These amounts is in my currency. It's a lot less in US dollars, and since I am from the Caribbean, it is actually or practically wise to use my currency. So $14 goes to Simple Shops every month. I think this is her Instagram subscription. I love supporting her shop and many other shops, even if I don't have a lot of subscription for you guys. I had to choose the ones I use the most, and I chose Simple Shops. That does not mean I don't support you guys. I really do, and I wish I could support every single shop out there, because I love what you guys have created. You guys help me tremendously in keeping up with my budget, especially in style. So I just want to give you all a shout out to what you guys do, and just continue, and we will support you in return. And then there's the subscription, like I said, my sticker subscription, and my Apple subscription is basically for storage, and that's $20, not $200. So these are my monthly subscription. So this is what the page is for. I think you could also track your bills on here if you want to. Over here we have a visual representation of your saving goals. So if you look at my financial plan, all those sinking funds, 8 sinking funds, are mapped out. You can already see what we have saved up. So my cash buffer has been completed for the first year. Remember guys, I am on a financial journey, and these sinking funds, I'm taking them in small steps. So every year is going to accumulate. If you multiply 500 by 5, which represents the 5 years, I would have 25, and so forth. So every year leading up to the 5-year mark, you guys will see a visual representation in this book. And I hope Kamiko Love does not take out this page. I really love it. And what is so funny is that she has 8 of those plans, visual plans, and I have 8 sinking funds, so it was made for me. So as you can see, my buffer has been completed, my emergency fund has been completed. The goal was 1,000. We're at 1,000 for my emergency fund. I do want to say some of these sinking funds you will end up using during the year, because like I said, life is so unpredictable. For example, my cash buffer is like a credit card, just without interest. So whenever I have unexpected expenses throughout a given month, what I do, even if I've already reached my goal, I still utilize my cash buffer, but I make sure in my next paycheck I reimburse myself. I pay myself back. It's like paying a credit card, just without interest. All I need to know is that at the ending of this financial year, or my financial journey for the first year, which is this year, I must end with $500. So I left enough wiggle room so that I could utilize those funds and also replenish them. I could have gone higher for emergency and cash buffer for the year, each year, but I chose those numbers. I chose these numbers because they have enough wiggle room. So in the event that something comes up or something happens and I need to utilize my emergency fund, I have sufficient time to bring it back to 1,000. So essentially, this is a visual representation of what I have in my sinking funds binder. I use cash only. The only thing I don't use cash for is my bills, and that is because I am a monthly cash budgeter, meaning I get paid once a month. I have a 9-to-5 job. I work with government. I am from the Caribbean. This was a mouthful. So this allows me to see where I am at in my sinking funds. So as you can see, my personal savings were at 1,000, and the rest that are not colored, we have not started. So gradually I will come on here and show you guys my progress. Whilst we are on the subject of sinking funds, I want to show you guys my sinking funds binder. So this is my sinking fund binder. I think I should put this one aside for now. This is my sinking funds binder, and this is from Simple Shops. Anything that I have or you guys want, just let me know in the comment section down below, and I will leave the link with you guys. Also, I will have the shops listed in the description so you guys could check it out. So this binder is my sinking funds, and the sinking funds in here are my 8 sinking funds that we briefly spoke about. Mostly everything I have is from Simple Shops. Now I'm not too sure if the camera can pick up the name tags. Yes it can. Okay, so as you can see, my buffer, I have used up quite a bit in my buffer. So when I do my budget for May, I have to replenish these to bring back my buffer up to 500, right? Also, I utilize from my emergency fund for my sister. She has money for me. She will give me this, so that is why I have a note there. So I need to get this sorted out for sure before I do my budget with me. But for the most part, my emergency is at $1,000. Then we have parents emergency, which is at 7, and we have all of the other sinking funds. Now I do have a sinking fund in here that is not recorded in this book because it's an ongoing sinking fund, and this sinking fund is called my seasonal wardrobe. I have a wardrobe. I think I'm also going to add a furniture sinking fund, but that will be later on in the year. I really want to focus on my main sinking funds. So for now, my seasonal wardrobe is an ongoing sinking fund. It's not really a priority for me, but I also want to have money for my wardrobe, and that entails clothes, shoes, perfumes, any bags, anything that has to do with wardrobe, work wise, outing wise. That is that's a big sinking fund for me, so that is why I had to add it in there. And it's a different color. It's to show that it is really not important, it's just an ongoing sinking fund. And then we have the Friday challenge in the back here. That is for this year's Christmas. I will be utilizing the Friday challenge to cash stuff my for Christmas. If you've noticed, I do not have a how can I say it? I do not have a seasonal binder. I had before, but then I took them out because they were preventing me basically from obtaining my financial goals, which is where we are right now. So back to the worksheet. I just wanted to show you guys the my binder. Okay, so the next page we have is our yearly spending overview. So in here, at the ending of every month, you get to close out this, so you could see on a yearly scale how much you spend in each of your expense category, and we will get to the expense category soon enough in the next page. On the next page, sorry. You put your earned income, your other income, the savings you use on a yearly, like it's just there for the yearly view. I will be utilizing this, so from time to time in my videos you guys will see me coming in here and explaining or going through this page. Down here you have your yearly balance overview, so like your savings balance, your debt balance, your retirement balance. I will keep this personal. I won't be filling out this. Certain things you should just keep to yourself. And then we have the budget category organizer. So I'm gonna zoom in on this one so you guys could really understand what your budget categories are. And to ascertain or to obtain your budget category, you need a mock budget. Before, I was using the planner sheets from the Minimalistic Budgets. I love her planner sheets. If I have to go back to planner sheets, I will definitely go to her, and I will leave her shop description down below. So with your mock budget, you have your fixed bills, your variable expenses, and your savings and savings challenges. It all depends on what you want to track individually that makes up your budget categories. So for here, as you could see, for bills, I have subscriptions, rent, insurance, mom contribution, and NIS. NIS is like a retirement plan for me. It's not an insurance, but a retirement plan. The reason why I don't have subscriptions separated as a category by itself, it's because I do not have annual subscriptions, and I do not have a lot. Some people would have housing, and under housing they would have rent and utilities. My rent covers all of that, so really and truly I did not see the need to split it. So my bills, my fixed bills, is inclusive of these bills there and my debt. Now I do want to track my debt separately, so I do have a budget category outside of it. So that is why you guys could see my two debts. It's building loan and school loan. I do not have a credit card, never owned a credit card, thank God, although I wanted to, but then it's just not working out, so I left it as that. So these are my two debts. I do not have consumer debt. My debts are usually investment debts, and so they're more on the bigger side. Take risks or go home. And then the other categories are my variable expenses and sinking funds. So my variable expenses covers groceries, cab, which is transport really, medical, spending, adventure, miscellaneous. Now I'm gonna get my variable expense binder right now because we're on the subject of variable expenses. And this is my variable expense binder. It's my monthly binder, guys, because I get paid once a month. So I need to have a binder where I could stuff my variable expenses on a monthly basis and pull out the cash weekly to cash stuff my wallet. I will show you guys my wallet soon enough. Why is my video so dark? I have no idea. So for groceries, guys, my groceries envelope covers food, laundry, toiletries, cleaning supplies. Most people have groceries and household. I merged the two because every time I end up shopping or wherever I buy my groceries, there are always toiletries and cleaning supplies, and I just merged them. So it didn't make sense for me to have two separate categories. I just merged household with food, groceries. So when I'm tracking my expenses, any green transactions will let me know this is for my groceries expenses. Under my groceries expenses, we have food, laundry, toiletries, cleaning supplies. Then we have cab. Cab has transport, cab, taxi. So it's from moving from point A to point B because I do not own a vehicle. So that is what cab is. So I run out of highlighters or colorful highlighters. So I need to get highlighters, more highlighters to give these 1, 2, 3 categories a color. The next time I come on here, you guys will see that. Medical. My medical category covers doctor visit, medications, consultation fees, screening, blood work. So my medical envelope currently has $450. What I like about my monthly variable expense binder, I will always have a rollover because I don't always utilize every single fund on a weekly basis. I pull out on a weekly basis what I need in a given week. At the ending of the month, whatever is left, it gets rolled over into the next month. That doesn't allow me to stuff less, but rather to have a reservoir, meaning when I am in a given month where I have to make a huge expense in medical, I have at least $1,000 in there. Right now I'm at $450. So I could casually just walk into the doctor's office and pay without utilizing my paycheck. And that is my main reason for having a monthly variable expense binder. Next we have adventure. An adventure covers family outings, concert tickets, and friend outings. Right now we're at 200, and it's just gonna keep going up, guys, every time I cash stuff on a monthly basis. Remember, within a given week, we don't utilize every single category, but it is wise to have them because when they do come up, they come up in large amounts, big amounts. Now my miscellaneous, I'm missing something here. I knew that. So my miscellaneous covers unexpected expenses, unbudgeted items, and I have miscellaneous that's supposed to be eating out. So as you can see, I do not have a envelope for eating out. What I've realized in the past, every time I have a eating out envelope, I tend to overuse and abuse this category. So I won't be doing that anymore. The concept of out of mind actually works. So I really do not have a eating out category. So if I do eat out, it's coming out from my miscellaneous expense, and when I see that money going down, I will really stop eating out. I'm telling you, it works. I did that for the past couple of 3 months, and it's amazing. So in my variable expense monthly binder, this is a mouthful, guys. I currently have, I think, $700 in rollover. My goal in here is to have rollover for groceries, because I always overspend in groceries. Well, it's not really overspend, it's just that things are expensive. So at the ending of the month, that I will not have money in groceries. But you guys will see this when I do my budget with me, and I will explain the process, the step-by-step process when tracking my variable expenses with rollover. And then the last but not least, we have savings. So your savings would cover your sinking funds and your savings challenges. And that is it. This is what makes up your budget category. So when you go to the sheet where you, and I'm just gonna quickly go to the sheet. So this is where you're gonna be tracking your budget categories. However you choose to use these sheets, it's up to you. You have a total of, I think, 6 of these, and you can track it anyhow. The way I will be tracking my expenses is by binder. So one sheet will be for one binder and the next will be for the other binder, and we will continue from there. So, and the highlighting, each of them have a color, because I think Kamiko love call it the highlighting method. That way it's easier to tally up or calculate each of those categories when you're closing out your budget. But we'll get to that. Then we have your thoughts and notes page. This is just a page where you could just, I guess, put stickers, put down your thoughts, your goals, your aspirations, personal information. For now, it is blank. I could not come up with anything to put there. And we're moving on into the month. So you get this divider. It has each divider, monthly divider, has a quote. It has never give up on who you want to be in life. So we're in May, and this is the calendar overview. People utilize the calendar overview to track the bill. I don't do that. I will be utilizing this calendar for my weekly wallet cash stuffing. Speaking of wallet, my wallet is from I do not know why my thing is so dark, but anyways, my wallet is from Transplants, TH & Co Design. I think I will leave her stuff behind. So I love this wallet. It's compact, it's heavy, and as you could see, we have my, why is there a hair in my, as you could see, I have my verbal expenses in there. So I will pull out the cash weekly to cash stuff my wallet. And so that is what I'll be using my calendar for. Moving on to the next page, we have your breakdown. So your paycheck breakdown, or your paycheck budget tracker. So you have your monthly inflow. Your inflow would total roll over from your previous binder, your income for the month or bi-weekly, however you cash stuff, side hustle money if you want to incorporate that, and that will give you the total cash flow you have coming in for the given month that you're budgeting for. Then you have your fixed bills. You list out all your fixed bills. You have your variable expenses. We touched on variable expenses. These are your day-to-day expenses, things you cannot live without. And then we have sinking funds or savings goals, things you do want to save for, like your challenges and your sinking funds, your future goal. And then we have debt, if you want to put extra money towards debt, or do you check your how can I say, track your debt separately from your fixed expenses. And that, using that method, you give each dollar an assignment. At the ending of this budget, you'll have $0. That does not mean you have literally $0 for the month, but it means that you were intentional with your finances, and you know where your money went, basically, whether that be in paying off bills, a portion towards your daily needs, a portion towards saving, a portion towards debt. That is the whole purpose of the Budget by Paycheck tracker or workbook. I love this. I do not know why I stopped using it, and I'm glad I'm back. So we have the cash envelope breakdown sheet. For those who use cash, what you're going to do is write down the categories you will be cash stuffing, the amounts, and the bill denomination or the cash denomination. When you go to the bank, you give the bank the denomination breakdown and they give you exactly what you requested. Down here you have money for the month or week, however you choose to do your budget. This also has 6 sheets. I just clipped it because I'm a monthly budgeter, so I really don't need all of that. That is why it is clipped. Moving on to the next part of this workbook, you have your expense tracker. So your expense tracker is what you will be tracking. Your starting balance here would be your checking account balance if you're gonna be tracking your expenses in your checking account. For me, it's both cash, so I'll put my name of my binder here. It will be my variable expense binder, my starting balance of 700. Then I will add what I deposited into my binder for the month, and then it trickles down from there. So if you're spending, if you're adding, if you're whatever you're doing, you're gonna track it, and at the ending of the month you highlight, or at the ending of the week you highlight the transaction based on the budget category which we discussed previously. Let me get it for you guys. Okay, so all your green transactions would be for your expenses for groceries. Blue would be for me medical. Spending would be for me, did I say spending? Oh sorry, I did not touch on spending. Spending is my self-care. Spending covers hairdo, nails, personal item, beauty, sanitary napkin, anything. For me, this is what spending is for, and that is how you track your expenses. I'm gonna come on here from time to time to show you guys how I will be tracking my expenses. Oh my god. And then you get 6 of these, and then here you have your debt payment plan. So this book is also for those who want to pay off debt in large amounts. There's a page for you, so do not hesitate to get this book. You have your total debts. My total debt is 30,000. That is inclusive of my bills and my my building loan, and my school loan. And here you have extra debt payment. If you are putting extra money towards debt, she has a section for that. And then you have your debt progress and your overall debt progress. So this is all for the debt girlies. I am not focusing on debt. That's not for me, so this page will be blank. And then we have your monthly net worth tracker. So if you have land, liabilities, vehicles, you're gonna list all your stuff there to see your debt ratio or your asset ratio. If you have more in assets as opposed to liabilities. If you have land, that would be considered a asset. Vehicle, it all depends on the model of the vehicle and the maintenance of your vehicle. So if your vehicle is fairly new and you want to sell it, in that light, in that perspective, it can be recorded as an asset and the amount or the value at which you're gonna sell it. If it's not so much so, it will be a liability. So you just have, that should be personal though. I'm not gonna come on here and show you guys this. So I have to sit down and write down all my assets and my liabilities in my life, and then that will give you your total net worth. Your assets are essentially furniture, well, not really furniture, but stuff that you could probably sell and get money off of. So if you have land, for example, land is considered an asset because every year its value increases, it doesn't decrease. So in the event that you do want to sell your house or your property, you could, how do they call these people? a land surveyor to check the value of your property, and then you put the balance, you put the amount. That changes every year because, like I said, land changes well, for me, at least in my country, the value of land goes up every year. And then you list all your liabilities. The next page in this workbook is your monthly budget category breakdown. This is where you close out your budget. So for whatever month you're in, you have your starting balance, your earned income, other income, savings use will give you your total monthly inflow. You write down your budget categories, you tally up all your budget categories, and that will show you how much you spent in each category or how much you saved up in each category in a given month. Each month have all of these sheets. On here you have your monthly meal plan. Guys, I honestly do not know why my lighting is so dark. It is really dark, so please bear with me. And here we have the monthly meal plan. So here you get to put your monthly, and that is so easy for me because I am a monthly budgeter. So whatever I budget in food, the total amount, which is probably close to 600, I really need to bring that up because it doesn't work. 600 to 700, and then you get to create a meal plan, and that is it, guys. And here you have your thoughts and notes for the month and how you can improve your finances in the next month. This is it. This is what you get in each given month, and that makes up the Budget by Paycheck Mom workbook. She also has stickers at the back. This is where I got the tab stickers for the dividers. How can I show it to you guys? So you do get stickers at the back, as you guys can see. You don't have to go and buy stickers. I am a very fancy person, so I will definitely go out of my way to make my things look good, so I could feel good when I'm budgeting. You don't have to, like I said, it's all a choice. So yeah, guys, this is what we will be working with for the next 5 years. I am so geeked out. I am so excited for you guys to join my journey. We're gonna have loads of fun. Like I said, do not forget to subscribe. If I get to 500 subscribers, I'm gonna do a big giveaway. When I tell you big, so do not hesitate to hit that subscribe button. You guys will be helping me a lot. My main goal for YouTube is to get paid. I do not know how that is possible, but nothing is impossible with Christ and you guys. So please subscribe, help me get to my dream goal, and we will see you in the next one. Oh, I forgot to mention my savings binder. This is my savings binder. This is what I will be stuffing with my wallet rollover. Isn't it pretty? Like I said, I like pretty things. I'm a pretty girl who deserves pretty things. So see you guys in my next one. Bye.